I think it's a really amazing program that Schenectady City School District offers. I think we've had some testimonials in the Daily Gazette about some of our own staff that has gone through a process of kind of going from one position, having aspirations to become a teacher or to become a teaching assistant, and they've started to work that program. And I think that the district offers some really great benefits. We know the work that you do every single day, and we know what a benefit you are to the district. So truly, this is an exciting opportunity for us to grow our own folks internally. So thank you so much for coming. I'm going to turn it over to Joe DiCaprio, who is the executive executive director for elementary principals. I call him the principal of principals at the elementary level. So
thank you, Ms. Messler. Big thanks to Principal Messler and the Keene faculty and staff for opening up our building. Thank you for taking the time to come and learn what promises to be a very, very informational session. Joe DiCaprio is my name, Executive Director of Elementary Schools here in Schenectady. It's a long title. I'm a product of the city. Graduated from Schenectady in 1995. Worked at Pleasant Valley for 13 years as a teacher and as a principal. Worked at Woodlawn as a principal before. And was thrilled and humbled at the opportunity to come back and serve in the city that did so much good. I'm the son of a cop and the son of a school system. Schenectady is my life. Having the opportunity to serve the school community that raised me is like no other feeling. Forget about a paycheck. Forget about a pay stub, anything monetarily, it matters not. The give back to what was given to me as a child, as a teenager, and as an adult compares to no other feeling in the world of what I'm experiencing now. And you are all going to be a part of the evening tonight. That is a programmatic approach to give you the same opportunity as an adult. Grow our own. Teachers of tomorrow. This is a city made up of skill, talent, dedication, and perseverance. And we want to tap into that as your school. So before I even begin in detail, I want to express my sincere gratitude for you taking the time to be a part of this. Learn the how. We're going to talk about some partnership between Cazenovia College, the Washington Irving Adult Education Center as a part of our district, SUNY Schenectady, and the Schenectady City School District, working together to give you opportunity that informs how to get there and maybe enough to make you an active participant and help better our district by becoming a part of it. Many people will be introduced. I'm going to let them introduce themselves because I probably will scroll up the names and titles, but you'll hear a bit from each of the partners involved in this process. So think about where it starts in the school district as a student or a current or potential employee, involvement to SUNY Schenectady, local community college, Cazenovia College, or neighboring college just down the road, 90 West, or is it 34?
We're right outside of Syracuse.
34A?
Yep.
My wife is from Syracuse, so I know the drive pretty well. In our Washington Irving Adult Education Center, to initiate opportunity beyond this district. So with that, again, I thank you for the time. I think we'll leave with Jesse. You want to look things up? Sure. Jesse Roylitz is our director of the Adult Education Center at Washington, WIAC for short. Jesse Roylitz,
thank you. So I know Mr. DiCaprio won't forget my name because we've been friends for 15 years. His wife worked in my building for years, so I've known his kids since they were born, basically. So he can't forget my name. So Washington Irving Education Center has been around. I think we're coming up, I think this might be 60 years this year that we've been providing adult education in the community. We are a community-based building. You know us from doing GED for many years, since 1962. Another big program that we have that you hear less about is ESL, English as a Second Language. So we have about 450 students per year that come to us from complete non-speakers of English, to students that are actually preparing to transition into SUNY, SCC, to college or into a 4-year program. So we do provide a lot of the basic educational services. So if you're interested in just getting started in the field of education or working in our district, we're a great place to start to either get that high school diploma done, learn English skills, get some basic job training skills. One of our larger programs would be we do have a paraprofessional training. So the paraprofessionals are the 400 people in our district that do a lot of the hard work working with kids. So we have a training program for ESL students or GED students or just the public. If you want to actually learn about what it is to be a paraprofessional and work in education, or if you want to move on to something else, it's a good starting place. We also do construction trades, so we do a lot of other pieces and a lot of other parts with the community. But with that, I'm not sure what else that I can share with you guys. We've been around for a long time. We have a lot of information. If any of you need any of those educational services, please stop in and see us. Call the numbers, pick everything up right there at the table, grab some free swag or some stuff to go on. Or if you have some family members or friends, our best referrals come from you in the community. So, okay, but we are a big program. We have everything available that you could possibly want. We have in-person classes, we have virtual classes, we have study from home programs, night classes, anything that you can imagine, we probably offer it. So, okay? So anything we do to help you out, and I'm, like Mr. DiCaprio was saying, a lot of us have had students come right through the ranks. I've had students go from GED to become paraprofessionals, to go on to get their teacher's aid certificates, and then go on to teaching. I love helping students move their way through the process. I know it seems silly, like we want to have our own student or our employees leave us to go on to better jobs. I see it as a blessing because I see good, hardworking people that are great with our kids moving up and earning more money, getting better jobs. I love it just because I get to see you grow and become a valuable asset for our students and for our families. So anything we can do to help, we're here for you. Thank you.
Well done. Anything time? Also to our left. Jesse's left and right hand available. Forgive me, I failed to mention in the partnership, Clarkson is here. Nikki Foley. Nikki, since I skipped you inadvertently, I want you to be next.
Hi, everyone.
Nikki Foley's here with Clarkson to speak. Anything you want to say articulate specifically about the program?
Yeah, we have a little
Outstanding.
slide, but maybe Pam will get started. I will
The
lead
floor
us
is
off. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Pam Mccall. I'm the Director of College and High School Partnerships at Schenectady County Community College at SUNY Schenectady. And so about 2 years ago, we started this journey of how do we grow our own at our school district, right? How do we bring the teachers of tomorrow? We look at our high school population and also our parents, our community members, and how we're going to get them to come and serve in all of our buildings in different roles. And so about 6 months ago, we were able to get everything together, and so we've started this partnership. What I'd like to say though is, in this partnership, you can join at any time, right? So for some of you, and I talked to Mr. We have we have an early college program at the high school and at the college that serves students, which they get their associate's degree. And so we have a mom of two of our students who are in that program here, and her kids are getting their associates at the same time. And so they can join this program and then sort of go through the path. But you can also at any point. So some of you may already have an associate's degree. Some of you may have a bachelor. Some of you may have some credits, and so you can sort of jump in on this program where it best fits you and best suits you. So don't think of it as like you have to start at the beginning, right? It starts where you are at. And so we're gonna go through a presentation. We'll have questions, and at the end, if you want to chat with any of our partners here, feel free to do that. It's really important that what Jesse was just saying is that sometimes if you think you're ready, Washington Army will give you the opportunity to get you ready and sort of provide you maybe necessary skills or resources that you may need in order to jump in here. So just wanted to reiterate how important that is and how our partnership continues to grow. We all work together all the time. So I will start with SUNY Schenectady. Professor Tammy Calhoun, she oversees our early childhood program, but also our teacher education transfer program. Yes, I will push the button for you. That'll be my job.
So
I have a chair so I don't get in somebody's way.
Pam's put together a slideshow to talk about the program, and I think there's a couple testimonials from students in here. So the TET program, again, provides you with some education courses, but mostly general education courses, meaning your math, your language, science, etc. And then with that degree, you're able to transfer right into Cazenovia, to the Cazenovia program, which is offered right here in Center City, okay, on State Street, where the YMCA is. So it talks about the mission as to what we're trying to do. We want to prepare highly qualified and trained or educated teachers to be able to teach. And the goal, even though at SUNY Schenectady we don't start with the licensing, you're not licensed with us, you have to continue on through Cazenovia to begin that licensing part, but we get you started and make connections for you. The curriculum is designed so you can transfer to a four-year school. So like I said, there's 3 education courses. There's a foundations, what is teaching. There's an educational psychology, when people are learning, what's the brain doing, right? And then a development, so either adolescent or child development, okay? And then you also have within your degree program at SUNY Schenectady, you pick a concentration area. So if you like math or social studies or languages or history, you pick something as a concentration. And all those credits will go with you to Cazenovia to help to build your bachelor's degree. And so here Pam has some of the courses listed here. And just like with Washington Irving, a lot of our classes are online, in person, evenings, and sometimes even virtual. And virtual meaning you're on the computer and you're doing like a Zoom meeting with your professors. Everybody's there together and you're all talking for the class. So we have, with COVID, have done many different things lately. So again, classes are offered in different ways. You'll see those concentration courses. These are the courses that you choose to take based on what your interest is. So if you like math, bless your heart. But if you do like it, you take whatever math courses you want to meet that concentration, and then it will transfer on in to Cazenovia to meet your requirements there. We do also have the early childhood concentration for the B to 2, birth to 2. And so you would take some early childhood courses there. So then they transfer right into Cazenovia. This is Stephanie. She was so much fun. So she said, until entering the program, I'd forgotten that learning can be fun. It was a wonderful time, learning different aspects of teaching, instructors being versatile, helped with the different learning styles that students had, so teachers taught in different ways. Students worked together based on information in the current education system. Now this is 2016, we're in 2022. 6 years later, things change at the state level. Requirements, certifications. So that's one of the important things, that if you're going on for this and signing up to get your degree and so forth, all of the colleges work together to make sure that you are getting what's most current for you when you enter, so that you can move on to get your certification. Let's see. We talked about eye-opening. Let's see, the hours that you spent in the classroom. This is one of her assignments that she had. I make students, pre-COVID, shadow a teacher in a classroom, where they'll go in and by shadowing, watching what the teacher's doing, maybe assisting, observing, and then they take that information and they align it to different state standards and international standards. But it's important for you, if you're already in a classroom, to be able to shadow, get to know the teacher you're working with, but link it to something within the state. Why does the state, what are ethics in the state level? Why do they say, again, you're linking it. So that's what Steph said there. She likes being in the field. Theodora is the next one. Theodora also graduated in 2016. Her experiences, she said they've been wonderful. Lots of opportunities to learn. Teachers and staff were supportive, open-minded with her ideas, always there to answer questions. Gave her the building blocks. Theodora went on to the College of St. Rose to get her bachelor's, and she stayed there for her master's, which she now has, and she is working full-time. So after you graduate, if I'm your professor, then we can be Facebook friends, because then I'd like to know where you are, because if you're out teaching and you've got a classroom, I'm going to send students your way, because I already know you, right? So we have that connection. Okay. So next steps, you apply. You go to the SUNY Schenectady website. There's a free application online. Click here. So click there and apply for the TET, Teacher Education Transfer Program. Now, Pam had mentioned my name, but I can give you information about me. And if you want to send me a message or Pam a message, that's fine. I'll answer things for you individually. Ultimately, once you are accepted into the program, free application, apply, right, for the financial aid. Okay. So once you apply and you get in the program, you'll be given an advisor in the advisement center. But that doesn't mean you can't talk to Pam and I. We'll figure it out to tell you what's best. Because if you're coming in with college credits or you already have a degree, whatever it is, we'll figure out what's best to make it work for you. Okay? All right. So keep me posted. Sky, good to see you. All right.
She said, that's Sky. She's one of my students. She's like, without the mask, it was hard at first, but she saw you. That's actually, Tammy brought up a good thing that I wanted to mention is that some of you may have maybe a degree in, I don't know, culinary. But there may be, right? So when we looked at the progression of the years, you know, you might have taken a history class, you might have taken a psych class, you might have taken a math class. Right, so those credits would transfer in and count towards this new degree, right, and get you ready for that. So I just wanted to mention that you know, that's something important, that in this pathway, you know, it's not like you're starting from ground zero. If you have, you know, I wish we could come in. Yep. I wish we could transfer the culinary, the food prep one, but that's not going to happen. So any questions for Tammy? All right, she'll be around, so she'll, you know, we have plenty of stuff from SUNY Schenectady over there so that you can look at the progression of the program and our view book, and we're happy to answer questions as well. All right, so now I'd like to introduce Amy Kiley. I called you Amy Riley before. I was like, that's not right.
It's okay.
Amy Kiley, she's with Cazenovia College. And like Tammy said, Cazenovia is west of here, right? So Cazenovia lives in the Utica kind of area.
Yeah, we're just outside Syracuse, and I'm actually from Troy, and I'm housed here through the college. So we have a couple of off-site centers for the continuing education through early childhood and elementary education, and they hired me, as crazy as they were. I originally was an adjunct instructor for Hudson Valley Community College. And they were there starting this new program for early childhood and the elementary inclusive education program. And then we got too big. So we actually had a wonderful partnership with Schenectady Community College, which actually we had a wonderful transfer agreement because a lot of their courses are very seamless when they come into our program. So that is why we have a wonderful partnership with SUNY Schenectady Community College. We are part-time, just to let you know that. We are not a full-time bachelor degree program. That is on campus, but I don't think you want to drive 2.5 hours from here in order to take your courses. A couple of things. So SUNY Schenectady is going to be your foundation. This is where you're going to get your 2-year degree, okay, your associate's degree. The beauty about this is that when you leave there with an associate's degree, not only are you going to be walking out with that 2-year degree to be able to come into our program seamlessly, but you can also go to the state, New York State certification for a teaching assistant certificate, and you can start to begin that process. You'll have a TA certificate if you wish to apply after you, and actually I don't even think you have to be fully graduated from SUNY Schenectady. It just means that you need certain classes in order to fulfill that requirement for the state. So you could actually be a TA and apply for a TA position if you are not already within the school district. So what does that mean for you? So once you go through this process, you are then going to wear your graduation hat proud from SUNY Schenectady, and then you're going to hit the apply button, and my information is also on the table there, and you're going to apply to the Cazenovia. That doesn't mean, like I said, you're going to be traveling. We lease a space from Center City on the 2nd floor. We hold evening classes. We also hold online courses and what we call hybrid. So that means you're going to meet in class sometimes, and then you're also going to be doing some stuff online as well, okay? I am also one of the instructors at Cazenovia College, as well as Mrs. Calhoun. So hopefully you build that wonderful relationship with her, because you're probably going to end up seeing her again over at Cazenovia College as well. What does this mean too? So as we go through your pathway, is what we call it, it takes close to 3 years to be able to receive your bachelor degree. And you can choose either from early childhood or the pathway for elementary education. So your early childhood degree takes you, and you'll be able to teach from pre-K to grade 2, and elementary is grade 1 to grade 6. So that's how that works. What does inclusive mean? Because you're going to see that in front of early childhood or elementary. What that means is that you are going to have enough credits, and when you leave Cazenovia and you begin your certification tests with New York State to become permanently certified, you are also going to have an inclusive, meaning that you have a special ed background as well. So it's almost like you're dual certified, so to speak, okay? Which is a wonderful component. I can tell you, it's great for employees, you know, when they're out there searching. So it's great to have. Trying to think of other things. Student teaching. I know I always get questions about that. The nice thing about student teaching with us is the following. If you have a position in a school district, and as long as that you are supervised with a permanently certified teacher, you can do your student teaching in the place of employment, as long as it's in your major. So if you're in early childhood, you just have to be in a grade level between pre-K or grade 2, okay? What we do is you have a certain amount of hours that you have to do observation, and that's for it's New York State certification piece that you have to do. What you do is at the beginning of the semester, we have some students that are going out actually in another couple of weeks. They do their 55 hours of observation with their classroom teacher, and then the last 8 weeks of the semester, that's when you're going to be student teaching. So you're actually going to be taking on that role as in a progression, that more and more responsibilities will then be handed over to you, and you'll be able to do your student teaching. College supervisor will come out and observe you. I can tell you this, the experience has been great with the students. We really do build these relationships right here at the college. We do a lot with other school districts, but I gotta say, Schenectady has been wonderful. They really have. When you graduate from Cazenovia College, graduation is on campus, and it's beautiful. They do a wonderful job. Then you're going to be starting to talk to Clarkson, which is actually going to be up the street from Center City, and you can actually then start working towards your master's degree, of which you need for New York State to become permanently certified. So when you leave Cazenovia, you'll be able to actually apply for a position to be a teacher, whether it's in early childhood or elementary education. And as you're working, you can then do your master's program as well. So again, if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to contact me. Like I said, I am in the Capital District area, so you don't need to go too far.
Hi everyone, so I'm Nikki Foley. I am working at Clarkson University in their Masters of Arts in Teaching program. And so if you're ready to think about Schenectady Community College or even Cazenovia, you might think, wow, graduate school seems like a far way away. And it seems like that, but New York State requires, one of the great things about New York State, because it's very rigorous in our teaching programs, which is a great thing for our students. But because it's so rigorous, it requires a master's degree. You don't have to get a master's degree right away, but within your first 5 years of your initial first certificate, you do need that master's. And we're that pathway that helps you to get that master's degree. And so we're gonna follow you all the way through. The other thing is that if you, if you already have a bachelor's degree, you might have a bachelor's degree already. You can skip all of those steps and just come see me, and we can talk about what is the right area of teaching you would be interested in. If you, you might be interested in teaching English to speakers of other languages. You might be interested in teaching math, chemistry, social studies, Any of those areas. Business, we have computer science. So many of those areas that are high school courses, we have those certification areas in high school. If you're following this pathway though, from Schenectady Community College to Cazenovia, Cazenovia has that elementary and early childhood degree. The next good fit would be teaching English to speakers of other languages. If you don't have that chemistry or physics or history. So teaching English to speakers of other languages, that is a need here in the city of Schenectady as well. And so we want to be able to fill that need. So there you go. Those are the other areas. Also languages. If you speak Chinese, French, German, Greek, Latin, Russian, any of those languages, you could be a teacher of those languages as well. Thank you. So in order to come to Clarkson for your graduate degree, you need to have 24 credits in that content area if you want to be a secondary teacher. Again, if you want to do TESOL, you just need some foreign language background. An educational psychology course. If you come through the pathways, you're going to get that before you come to our program. If you let's say you already have a bachelor's degree, we'll work with you to get that. We have a little course, free course that you could do to get that. And then just like Amy was talking about observations, that's another part of our program as well. If you're going for that TESOL or additional certificate, now we're talking about a third certificate. That makes you very marketable if you come through this pathway and you have 3 certificates. But you would be observing in those areas as well. And then there's always an undergraduate language study, but I'm going to assume that is in your program as well. And that 3.0 GPA or higher, New York State actually just changed that. So if your undergraduate degree is below a 3.0, that is okay. So New York State has just removed that as a barrier. And we're really happy about that. So we can go on to the next piece. Our application, if any of you are ready to apply today, maybe you have that bachelor's degree, 3 letters of recommendation, a resume, a statement, transcripts, and an interview. But I have my card right at the table along with some other goodies, but we would talk lots about how you get to that application piece. Oh, I don't know what happened, that didn't transfer over right. So that's a nice little graph. And what it really is supposed to say is that students in the Clarkson program, I think that 93% is the number of teachers from our program who stay in the career of teaching after 5 years. Lots of teachers leave in the profession, but you're so well prepared for the profession from our program. Most stay in the profession and they really enjoy it. I want to say the 95 is the number of students who pass the state certification exam the first time. So we really have a nice high pass rate on our exam. One of the 100% is the employment rate. All of our students since graduating in 2016, they have all gotten employment. They've all got jobs after graduating our program. So we're really proud of that. The other 100% is that our faculty have all been teachers. Myself, I'm an administrator in the program, but I also teach the residency seminar. And my teaching background was as an elementary teacher, and I taught actually down in Virginia, and I taught in Staten Island for a year as well, and did some teaching over up the road in Niskuna as well. But all of our faculty, whether they're adjuncts or even our full-time PhD staff, they've all worked in schools for a significant amount of time. So you're going to get faculty that are not just theoretical. They know what it's like to be in the classroom. And it's fabulous. And I'm just so excited that you're interested in this career. It's such an important career. It's so important for the children. It's needed. New York State is hiring more and more teachers in all the schools in the area, and we just really need good people who want to help children. So, now let's say you graduate our program. You could do our program in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, however long it's going to take you, and we would work on a pathway for each individual person. But once you graduate, you're still part of our family over at Clarkson. We work with you on getting the job, not just finishing the degree, but resume writing, cover letter writing, interview practice. Even if you want to move on to start off at one job and move on to another job, we consult with you. We give you more professional development. We invite you to alumni events. So and then we want you, like Tammy was saying, we want you to be mentor teachers to our students. So, you know, if you graduate from our program 4 or 5 years down the road, we're going to be calling you up saying, can you have some of the students in your classroom to visit? This is kind of some of the same things that I was just talking about, the ongoing career support. Let's get that. And just again, this is just more about teaching and what a great career it is. The hours are great. If you're already working in schools, you know how great the hours are. You have guaranteed vacations. That's a great career. There's 9 weeks of summer vacation. You can go have fun, or you can have another job during that summertime, or do research. Great health care, benefits, retirement, paid sick days, a contract, a union. All of these things are really great about the teaching profession. And the New York State retirement system is really great. Get in on that retirement system. We have a faculty member who says, you know, the teachers are the turtle in the race. You know the story about the turtle and the tortoise and the hare? Well, you're not going to be rich the very first day you become a teacher. But after you teach for many years, you really build up a very comfortable living. And it's just makes for a very nice life. Having been a teacher and working with teachers and kind of continuing to be a teacher as I am, I think we can all say that. It's just very fulfilling. Next thing. And then I have links there, but I have my cards and I have lots of brochures, and you can look at our information there. And we will talk to you more. Tammy.
So I have a question about 24 credits. So at SUNY Schenectady, for their concentration, they take 5 concentration courses, so that's 15.
Yes.
Not great. So would they count towards that 24?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for asking that question. Absolutely. So if you really wanted, let's say you go through an elementary program and you go, but maybe you only have another 9 credits to go, you can take 9 additional.
3 classes.
3 classes, right. 3 more classes if you wanted to be a history teacher, a science teacher, a math teacher, an English teacher, any of those others. TESOL's a little different, but when you're ready, we'll sit down, just as everyone else here has said, and talk with each individual about what you have and what you might need, and find the right pathway for you.
And that's what I did. I was a science teacher in the middle school, even though that I was permanently certified for grades 1 through 6. I took the extension so it was able that I could do 7, 8, 9, and I taught science. Loved it. Middle school science was great. Tammy saying no. To each his own.
I like my elementary schoolers and my graduate schoolers. I like the graduate schoolers a lot, but I like those elementary kids. And that's the progression about how it really works. And we're really all excited that we get to work together through the city of Schenectady in all of our different partnerships. It's been a long time, and we just hope, tell your friends, tell your colleagues. Again, our information is everywhere. If you know anyone or yourselves, and again, you can join this program at wherever you're ready, you can come to each institution at any point. And that's it.
Yeah, and then one of the other things I want to mention is, depending on where you start, we do have financial aid available, right? There's scholarships for financial aid. Cazenovia, even though it's a private institution, it does, and I'm going to say this wrong, so can you say it for me instead? It's, the tuition is the same as state, right?
Yes.
So it's SUNY tuition. So while they're a private institution, did I say that right? It's tuition is actually what SUNY public institution tuition would be. So way lower, right, than the cost of of apprenticeship. And then with at Clarkson, they have scholarships and they have some other.
We have scholarships and grants. We have a Schenectady Foundation grant. We have Black Educator Initiative. We have Teacher Opportunity Corps, which is from people from other underrepresented groups. So we will work with you to find the right price point to help you get through this degree. It's not going to be free, but we are going to help you get there, and it's totally worth it.
And throughout the entire process, you'll be working, the school district, Superintendent Soledad has really committed to allowing students in this program to work in the school district at different levels as they progress through this. And so we work very close with that so that we ensure that, you are still, if you're going part-time or full-time, you still have employment in something that you want to do. So we're really cognizant of that. And I always say this, and I say this to my early college students, and never let price be the deciding factor. That's our job, is to figure out how to get you from point A to point B, and we can help you with all that. We have a legion of people that work with us in financial aid and scholarships and foundation money that will help provide for you, including Schenectady School District, who will help to provide to get you to where you need to be. So.
Is there any preschool, anybody from your working in preschool, UPK programs? If they're involved, there's Quality Stars for UPK programs, just to let you know, and there is funding available with that as well. But that's only for the preschool. There's additional funding in that realm as well. I know about that. But please reach out to us. I mean, any question that you guys have, especially wherever you are in the pathway, we are all together in this, and we really want to see you succeed. We really do.
Right. So, are there any questions? So we're gonna hang around for a little bit. Like I said, there's plenty of information on there that you can get from us. Stop one of us, and I have some cards if you need to reach us. And then, so Joe, I'll let you take over.
Hey, I just want to say thank you to the presenters for taking the time to come and share some amazing information. The extended and continued partnership, that's just, the gratitude is beyond what I could appropriately articulate in words. You've sat through a lot. It's a lot of information, great information. It's a lot to process. Take your time with it. If you have questions, wonderings, do I do it, do I not? What's the next step? I'm going to leave contact cards for me at the desk. Wonderful resources exist in this room, but I know there's a lot. You're processing now. What I don't want you to feel anything. Just explore, consider, reflect. It is truly a unique opportunity. And the one thing I will affirm, everything you've heard, is what I spoke about you at the onset. The personal feelings of pride and the way this has never been a job. It's never felt like a job, because I give back to the community that gave so much. That is true, that is real, and I hope this is a bridge to give you the opportunity to experience that same feeling I feel every day. So just know that. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You brave the cold. It is cold. I was running in place just to keep warm in here, to come out here. So thank you. The five of you, it means the world. I'll leave cards at the table. I'm a big swag guy, so I'll hold this. There's a lot of swag over my back. Please, take a visit, grab
I'm
it.
embarrassed, I didn't bring enough.
That's okay. That's all
I
right.
have sunglasses.
It's okay. You got some. Those are the good-looking glasses. Grab what you can, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Reach out as needed. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you.